Started the show on Tuesday, binged all 3 seasons in a few days, and now I want to talk about it.
I just keep believing in this fucking lie that a relationship evolves and gets better. Where do these lies come from? Fucking movies. Pretty Woman? Fuck you! Sweet Home Alabama?
Ugh.
Lies? When Harry Met Sally? Fucking lies? Homeland Season 3?
Very confusing.
Get it out of my life!
Oh.
So Love is a romantic comedy series that was created by Judd Patel, Paul Russ, and Leslie Efron. I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. And mainly in the show, we follow Gus and Mickey, played by Paul Russ and Jillian Jacobs, who after a chance encounter, develop a bond that later turns into a relationship. Alright guys, so let's get into Love. So Love was actually a show that I originally did not see from the beginning. I only caught Love originally because my dad, who watches Netflix a lot, was watching the final episodes of season 2 when I sat down with him watching it, and I ended up really liking the show. But I actually didn't start watching the show from the beginning until I saw my buddy Mothman Jones post about the show on Twitter saying that it ended. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna trust my buddy's opinion. I watched the first episode, and I'm not joking with you guys. Within a few days, I binged all 3 seasons because, my god, this show was that good, if not great. Like, really great. And before I go on, I do want to mention that there will be minor spoilers for the show, so just as a warning. Now, when it comes to our main 2 characters, Mickey and Gus, played by Paul Rust and Jillian Jacobs, these 2 were so damn adorable together. Paul Rust and Jillian Jacobs had such amazing chemistry. Every time they were on screen, I smiled. Whenever they had amazing things to happen to them, I was like, "Aw, yay!" But then whenever bad things happened to them, there were a couple times, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I legit almost started crying, but there was one scene at near the end of season 3, I started crying. These 2, I thought were so amazing together. I'm actually crying right now thinking of the scene because it impacted me so deeply when this part happened. Paul Rust, what a turnaround for his career, because the thing I remember him most was I Love You, Beth Cooper. Not a good thing to remember him by. He's that typical nice guy, but as he progresses in the later seasons, season 2 and 3, we see him as more of a damaged guy than we think he is. And another thing is that I found myself relating to Gus as the episodes went on more. Like him, I'm a very shy guy. I can be very awkward, but when it comes to the right person, they can bring out the best of me, like any other relationship out there. And when it comes to Jillian Jacobs, my god, Jillian Jacobs was phenomenal in this show. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because of the show, I now have a huge crush on Jillian Jacobs. But Jillian Jacobs' portrays Mickey was such a raw honesty, like the entire show feels. Mickey feels like a character that just feels just so real. It doesn't feel like that she's just acting. Like, I feel like that she was like living in this role of Mickey for all of 3 seasons, and she did a phenomenal job. Whenever she felt hurt in the show, particularly season 3, oh my god, I felt so bad for her in one scene that I almost started crying for her. It affected me so much, seriously. But another name I have to mention is Claudia O'Doherty, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, who plays Birdie. This woman was so adorable. She was so cute. She is one of those women that if I ever saw in real life, I would just want to hug her and just be around her, because she just seems like such a fun personality to be around. When it comes to the recurring characters, this guy, he is the radio host. 2 words for him: fuck him. There is an episode in this series in which he tries to screw up Mickey and Gus's relationship. I wanted to punch this guy in the face so hard. I mean, seriously, good job on this actor for making me hate him, but god, I wanted to punch him in the face. And another actor I absolutely loved on the show was Iris Apatow, who was actually Judd Apatow's daughter. Really cool. And she plays Arya, who is an actress for a show that Gus tutors her on named Wichita. I thought she had one of the best story arcs of the entire series. She was so damn good in the show, and I hope to see Iris in more things. Judd, put her in more of her films that you either direct or produce, seriously. But getting back to Gus and Mickey, one of the things I absolutely loved about their relationship, comparing this relationship to other romantic comedies, where other romantic comedies would probably go into that cliche territory. When things would happen, they would say, oh my god, I love you, please take me back. Gus and Mickey did not take that route, which is what I loved about this show. This is one of those shows that when it comes to romantic comedies, I feel like it subverts expectations completely. And sure, while there may be a few moments which I will talk about in the cons in which it does kind of go into that territory here and there, thankfully it doesn't do it a lot. It does it very, very rarely. But it was basically the second to final episode of season 3, and there is a part where it looks like the two of them are absolutely done. Like, they are completely screwed. And then Gus finally says something that I just thought, I didn't see that coming. I'm not gonna spoil that part for you guys, but basically Gus goes a totally different direction to reconcile with Mickey, and I thought it was one of the most refreshing things I had seen in a rom-com that I had seen in years. By the end of the series finale, I felt so damn happy, and I wanted more. But honestly, I feel like that's the best thing that a show can do. No matter how many seasons it is, it leaves you wanting more, and man, did I want more from this show. And another thing I loved about this series was the pacing of every episode. The longest episode I saw was 45 minutes, and the shortest episode I saw was about 25 minutes. And it made me want to keep going and going and going and going. I will not lie though, guys, there are a few issues I did have with the show. A few issues. I feel like the series wasn't long enough, particularly with some of the episodes. Like I mentioned, some of the episodes are less than half an hour. Sometimes it works in its benefit when it comes to pacing, but there are some times in which I feel like a couple of story things weren't nearly as fleshed out as I feel like it could have been. I feel like that if a couple of the episodes were a tad bit longer, I feel like that a couple of the arcs would be completed, but these arcs I'm talking about are very, very minor. Another thing is that Mickey has a 3-episode arc with her ex in the show and the latter half of season 2. Mickey and Birdie do talk about it a couple of times in season 3, but then the part that really did make me feel like, I feel like this could have made a huge thing in the end of season 3. And basically in episode 11 of season 3, Gus and Mickey have this huge argument about secrets, and I was just like, Mickey, you're keeping a huge ass secret from Gus. That's not really fair of you to say. And even though I wish this would have been a huge plot point for Gus and Mickey, I was nonetheless happy with how the show ended. Overall, guys, despite the few issues I had with the series, I absolutely adored Love. Love is a very heartbreaking, it's also very heartwarming, it's very funny, but it's also a very sincere look at relationships. It's basically everything that you would expect from a Judd Apatow production. It's very sincere, it's very raw, and it doesn't go in your typical romantic comedy way. But yeah, all in all, guys, I loved this show from start to finish. I wish there were more, but I'm glad it ended where it did. So overall, guys, I'm gonna give Love a 4.5 out of 5 stars. If you guys have Netflix, you love romantic comedies, and if you love things that Judd Apatow has made, I highly suggest you guys check out this series. It is great. Alright guys, so comment out and let me know below. Have you guys seen the series Love? If so, what did you guys think? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys love? If so, let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and I'm also on Snapchat. So if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links and the usernames are in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the series Love. If so, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe to see more reviews just like this one. If you guys want to see my Season 7 review of Game of Thrones, please click right here. And if you guys want to see my review of Pacific Rim Uprising, please click right here. And of course, until my next review, I will see you guys next time.